Hey-o!
Four hitters.
What
Four
is
winners.
up, people?
Shout out telling yo what to
know
go
what
to
it
war
is.
with us.
This is Real Comic Book Talk.
Let's go.
Yeah. Give them the clap. Give them the clap. Give them the clap. What? Give them the clap. Right.
I forgot one part though. We the best goddamn! Woo! Turtle power in the building.
Turtle power. Welcome to the show. It's Real Comic Book Talk. You know what you clicked on. Today we are talking about what is wrong with the CW shows. Despite the fact that it started off on a high, it's been going strong for several years now. It's all one big universe. They actually even found a way to bring them all together. Brought Supergirl into the fold, and they're all in sync. They're all in the same universe. But
before we get into it, you gotta do me a favor. Y'all gotta, first of all, you like the video. Mm-hmm. It's perfectly free. I mean, it's 100% free. Yeah, and subscribe. If you ain't already subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. Do that right now. It's in your best interest because we drop fire at a regular. Alright, that's wrong. But we drop fire. We drop fire. It's always good. We always do stuff that y'all like and y'all interested in. Just go ahead and hit the like button. Mm-hmm. Hit subscribe. Mm-hmm. Matter of fact, hit the share button. Mm-hmm. Send in a group group chat. Everybody get into it. Tell them to subscribe. It's a banger, man. It's a banger. I'll give you 5 seconds to do all that. 5.
Yep.
4.
Oh.
3.
Get down to it.
2.
Oh, you running out of time.
2.5.
Come on.
2.1. 1.
There you go.
All right, Dan, let's do that.
All right, so today, like many people who are comic book fans and love the shows and everything, we started off watching CW with the Arrow, and then Flash, and then Legends, and Black Lightning, and now the current Superman, Legends of Tomorrow, all of that, all of them. We are hooked.
Hooked is strong. We were hooked.
We were. And then the rest of the world decided that they were also going to do superhero TV shows too. And
they were already doing them.
No. Not like this. Everybody's got a superhero show now.
That's true. Every streaming service.
Everybody has a superhero show now. And there's more new ones coming out constantly. And because
the Pop-Up Girls coming on CW in a few months.
And even Marvel, with their current release of WandaVision and The Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
They were doing it before that. They were doing Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage.
Yeah.
Iron
The
Fist,
Netflix
Defenders.
ones. Yeah. But
Fox had Mutants.
It was a difference.
Gifted.
It was a difference between those shows and CW. CW separated themselves from them. But now the light has been shined, and we see now, ever since Arrow has been taken off the air, or it left the air, I should say. The other CW shows don't seem to be holding their own.
Jockstrap?
They're not holding their own anymore. It's just we seeing the cracks in the pavement and the flaws and everything, and we're here to talk about it today.
You know what Arrow is? It's like like you got a really good employee at work. Like, man, why are you working this hard? But the whole time he's covering up all the holes, and then he gets another job somewhere, and now you're all struggling because you don't know what to do.
The lights are on, people, and the rats are out there, and you see the cockroaches everywhere, yo.
You'd be like, yeah, I didn't know he was doing this and that. That's what Arrow is. Saving y'all. See y'all. Let's get into this shit.
Yeah.
Let's get into it.
That's what it feels like, and we're here to talk about it, so let's talk about this. So, first, you want what you got on your mind?
We just told it. Arrow's gone. That's the first problem right there. The stable show that was Arrow. Yeah, 3 seasons, 3 and 4 were boo-boo. No, there's no doubt. There's absolutely no doubt. But 5 through 8 and 1 through 2, bangers. Talking about 6 seasons of greatness. 2 are bad. 6 seasons of greatness. And the writers, it's like y'all didn't. It's like, oh yeah, Arrow's gone. Instead of holding these writers, hey, y'all sure y'all want to work on them other shows? They just said no. And then when they had another show ready to go, Green Arrow and the Canaries, it's like, yeah, not so much. And that first episode they did that was part of this last season of Arrow, like, okay, I can see this. Yeah, they did the little superhero pose thing with the blast light, and the Owl hates. He is adamantly against that. Like, the whole show was bad because of that one thing. I don't know. Something wrong with Owl. But outside of that, everything else was fire. You had his daughter, Queen, you bring the Deathstroke gang back. Everything was back. And they had a thing where he remembered. It was just so good. I would say go watch the show, but they canceled it for some reason. Like that's a problem. Why would you cancel a good show? Something that you look promising get canceled. Yeah. What's this?
I believe the main actor was ready to go. So.
No, not Arrow.
Oh,
I'm talking about the replacement for Arrow.
Oh, the Canaries.
Yes.
Okay.
Why did you not go forward with that?
It could have been.
There's nothing I don't care what report comes out. I know I feel in my heart of hearts. There's nothing that they could have said. You know what? Let's work it out, and it would have got done. There's no doubt in my mind. Absolutely no doubt in my mind.
Well, your first thought is that it was Arrow that made the rest of the CW shows.
It opened up our eyes to how much other shows really needed them.
I think it's really more along the lines that they're still doing it's more like the traditional TV show thing where you got to have like 23 or 25 episodes. 24 episodes. I think that's what's really killing the CW shows right now. Because all the other superhero shows from every other service are giving you less. They're giving you more story, no filler, and better quality.
You're not having your villains of the week kind of episodes.
Yeah. There's no more of we're just going to pick a random person out of the comic book history of this character. Like, this character's been around for 30 years. He's got like 30 years worth of villains. We're going to introduce a new one every week and everything. Keep it going and create some new ones. Like, there's no need for that. You can pick one villain and stick with them for the whole thing. The first ones who ever showed us that, I believe, were the Netflix shows. When they dropped the whole series at once and it was 10 episodes and they was like, we're going to give you one villain. And that one villain is going to be your villain for the whole series, the whole season. And they did excellent jobs of that.
But they also don't have the restraints. Like, they don't have if you do a network show, they have a mandate. Unless you're doing like the summer shows, but like if you're a fall show, got to have 24 episodes. Got them have 48 minutes, I think?
Yep.
48. They got to be 48 minutes. They can't go over. They can't be under. Got to be 48 because we got to get our commercials in. So that's a problem right there. Mm-hmm. Because after seeing other shows not having to deal with that and what it could be by opening it up and not having all this unnecessary stuff, you be like, well, I'll go back to this. It's kind of the same thing. There's no involvement. You have to evolve with the times. Now, I get it. You have a mandate, but you can shorten the seasons. You can have more shows, shorter seasons. You're paying the actors less because you're not paying them per episode. So you can take that money and pay others for another show.
Yeah, the best example for that was when they converted Stargirl over from DC Universe to CW and everything. Like, that was the smoothest. That's the kind of quality CW should be having and the type of storylines they should be having and everything. Unfortunately, they're on that 24. I hope for the sake of Stargirl that they don't give her 24 episodes and stretch it out.
And I can tell you why. Where is it coming out at? See, all those shows that have 24 episodes always come out the fall season. That's the fall season. Yeah. You go all the way to the summer. Right? They'll take the mid-season break and all that stuff.
Right.
It goes to the summer. Stargirl is like one of those spring-summer shows. So they only give you a certain amount of time. They're only going to give you a few episodes. Like, if you ever go watch, I don't know if you watch the shows on TNT, like the summer shows, like Animal Kingdom, Claws, and all that stuff. This summer, they only have like 12, 13, 14 episodes. Oh. That's it. Because they're the summer shows. They only like to kind of hold you over until the normal fall 24 episode shows start.
Right.
What I'm suggesting is CW gets away with all of that. Have a bunch of mini series. I mean, not mini series, but mini seasons.
Shorter seasons.
Shorter seasons. So you have from like the start of September to December of one season of a show.
Yeah.
Then you do a whole nother show. That way you ain't got to make 24 episodes.
Yep, spread it out. Like spread
And
it
you can
out.
make more shows that way. You don't have to get rid of shows for some reason. That's another issue. But we're gonna focus on one issue at a time right there. Yeah. I can go all over the place. I can go all over the place.
The next issue was the quality. Like I feel as though the quality for these shows have gone down. And I say quality as
So you're talking about quality as in story, dialogue, cinematography, or special
technically
effects?
all of that.
Gee,
That's
a bad thing. That's a bad thing.
All of that is all as one for me because I recently saw the episode before of Black Lightning, and I was not impressed. Where they introduced Painkiller and his new show as the episode, and the special effects look cheap. The dialogue was just like boring, and all the quality of it was just not up to par with any kind of other show that you watch. Like any of the other shows at all.
You know what the sad part about that entire thing is? That's the best episode of the season so far. That's the worst part of that. Out of the entire season so far, that's the best episode.
It was pretty lacking. It was pretty lacking.
And that's the best episode.
In your opinion. But it was lacking, and I was not impressed at all and everything. So like the CW shows also, it's just lacking. Like our eyes are open once you see the other shows and the quality they give you. And I feel as though the CW shows, they've been getting away with this travesty for way too long and everything. And there's not as much character development also.
And that's funny too.
They will regress in a heartbeat. Like they'll put them in situations where they grow, and then the next season they'll go back to right who they were before. They're like, but you went through all of that tragedy and everything else before. How are you back at where you are like 2 years ago? How are you going backwards like that? You're like, what? No.
Okay, I understand. All right, so in the defense, but I'm not really defending them. The most shows and character development is, I just learned this. I was listening to a Zack Snyder interview. It's about deconstruction and reconstruction of a character. So you deconstruct them down. That's how you or for like a drug addict, you got to hit your lowest point, and then you build them back up through events.
Right.
I get, and that's fair. That's perfectly fine storytelling. That's how you get all your classic stories.
101.
Right. That's fine. But after you build them back up, you can't break them down to the same point where they were just at. If you're gonna break them down, you have to break them down to another point of their personality. For instance, Barry Allen. His first part was, I'm not fast enough. I got to get faster. How is he now talking about, I should have been faster? How many more times you going to get faster, brother? You already were fast enough to run back through time. So you can't say I got to get faster. There's no other faster than that. If you're fast enough to run back through time, then you're fast enough to do anything else. So what you should be doing is, all right, one season, your guys can't run anymore. You're moving too slow. I gotta think fast. I not only gotta run fast, I gotta think faster. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't thinking fast enough in this scenario, so that's why this happened. Or I wasn't experiencing enough in this scenario. Or I like every superhero goes through, look, I've done my part. I have to leave because I can't do any more as the Flash. And like he hasn't gone through any of these.
He is the best example for that because like every year on Flash, they kept giving him a new speedster villain, and he was never fast enough for the new speedster villain.
But he ran back in time. He was fast enough in the first season to run back in time.
But he still wasn't fast enough to keep up with the new villain every single year that they introduced. It was the funniest thing ever.
Now, I can see if you weren't fast enough to fight Zoom because he runs in and out of time at will, and he is a genius at manipulating the time stream. That's a fair point. But any other villain, you're fast enough because they're not running through back in time. So there's got to be more than speed than just being fast. I know there is because he has 30 years. He has way more than 30, but he has decades long of comic books. Read them.
Yeah, they kept like that Flash is a great example of going back and everything, and like the current series Black Lightning, where they
Hold on, sorry. Before you go through that, before you get to that, one good thing. Not only was he fast enough to run on accident, fast enough in the first season to run back in time. When the season with him and Nora, he was fast enough on purpose to run her back to her future. So he ran into the future. So you can't say you're not fast enough.
Man says he's not fast enough. Black Lightning, they gave him a new reason to be mad at the world and everything because of his best friend dying, which is weird because like they just don't want his character to be happy. Like under no circumstances. Even though the season ended with the family being happy and they getting everything they wanted, they started a new season off with him being angry for the whole time.
And his wife is still dealing with addiction.
She's focused on that. Boy, they're breaking down. Yeah. The wife got it.
It's the same problem every time.
Yeah, it is.
You're breaking them back down to the point where they already recovered from. There's got to be more. There's more to being an addict than falling off the wagon and building your back up. She's done that already. We get it. Now what?
That's the problem with the CW. Their storylines go back, except for Arrow. Arrow kept moving forward. I give Arrow credit because Arrow kept moving forward. And his life got lesser and lesser, but it was more and more everything else. This show, all the other shows aren't getting lesser and lesser and more of something else. They're just going back to repeating the same thing over and over again and stuff. And it's annoying. And I see it now. And they got to change that. The characters aren't developing. The characters are just going back to being like, I'm not fast enough, or I don't want to actually be a hero, or, we're just here for a good old adventure and everything, We're the legends. We're here for a good, fun time.
Legends is different. Legends are different. Yeah. You walk, it's like the Godzilla vs. King. You don't go in there for the great grand story.
There's is no story at all.
You're going there just to have a good time per episode.
Yeah, we're just going to make it up as we go.
And there's nothing wrong with it.
And there's nothing actually makes
this season
sense.
They got aliens
and nobody,
aliens in time.
And nobody actually is going to actually use their powers and abilities. We're just going to have them talk it out all the dang time.
No, they always fight.
And they still don't use their dang on powers.
Who has powers on that show now? Constantine and who else?
The one could turn into armor.
Okay, that's him.
The lady with the wind. Did they take her off yet?
No, she still uses her powers. They use her all the time.
Okay. And then the brother had the powers.
Yeah, they're still the same powers. They were using all the time.
Powers. And then I think that was it.
Yeah, nobody else has powers.
Oh, and Adam.
He's gone.
Yeah, he's gone.
And he had a robot suit.
Yeah, he had a robot suit, which they didn't use all
the time. They used that all the time.
They did use that quite often.
So I don't.
But yeah, the first two they didn't use their powers that often. And they keep getting rid of people with powers and making everybody else human now.
And you know why? Much cheaper. We're just here for a good time.
It's cheaper.
We got to show time spectrums and all of it. We got to save money somehow.
I guess so.
And they got rid of Mick Rory too, so
They're about to. He's about to be done with the show. One of the original cast members.
There's only one left now.
So it's about to be only one left and everything.
And it's a little iffy because somebody kidnapped her.
Yeah, so we don't know how much we're actually going to see of her now, too.
Oh, gosh.
We're going to see, yeah. But the CW shows, with the exception of Superman and Lois, which is pretty darn good.
And that just started, so...
Yeah, we don't know.
That first season... I would put it like this. Outside of... And Daniel's not going to like this. Outside of Black Lightning and Supergirl, the first seasons of all CW shows have been pretty much classics. TV show wise. Remember that first season of Arrow? We was like, yo, this is...
First season of Supergirl was pretty good, too.
I said classic. Even though that second season of Arrow was much better. So, they built like a motherfucker. Oh, my gosh.
First season of Black Lightning and the first season of Supergirl were pretty darn good, yo. They kept you watching. They wanted you wanted more.
Black Lightning. I give you the first episode. I was like, yo, this is the greatest pilot episode of a comic book show I've seen of all time. I tweeted that.
That's where it ended. That's where it ended.
I was like, okay, we got here. That's it. We just go. All right. Okay.
There you go. Go into why the CW shows. That's your reason right there.
Okay.
Or why the CW shows have fallen off.
They do not do. They set up stuff like real. For instance, Black Lightning set up. I thought that whole first season was going to be dealing with Black Lightning dealing with the racism the cops show towards black people in their community. Right. Mm-hmm. I was thinking, okay, this is what's happening. Here we go, and they got over that within a sentence. Like literally, the opening scene, he had a talk with the police commissioner. It was over. No more. And then you go right back to it on this final season, and then Black Lightning just electrocuting. I'm like, in front of a camera and all. I'm like, really though? What? So what happened? All that? Just how did get from here to here? Because he's angry about. You can't say you're angry at the police because your police officer, your best friend was a police officer. So you can't say it was the police. And then you have these issues, and you bring them up, and you never address them. Yeah. Ever address them, which would be much better episode. Now, it may be difficult to do, but if it's difficult, you should have introduced them in the first place. That's just it. If you don't have resolutions for it, then you need to not introduce it. Like a lot of people tell you, when they write something, they try to figure out the ending first, and then they work their way backwards so it makes sense. So they don't introduce something and get stuck in the hole. Mm-hmm. Like, this is the end game. The end game is these people are going to fight these people for this reason. Okay, now let's work backwards to figure out how they got to this point. Right. You just like, all right, we can introduce this because black people are going through this. Fine. That's great. What are we working towards it? Well, we don't know. It's complicated. It's a complicated issue. Then why'd you bring it up?
Because it's a powerful issue that needs to be talked about right now.
It does. It needs to be talked about. But if you're going to bring it up in a comic book show, specifically just a comic book show, with the basis of a show is to have a problem and solve the problem. You cannot bring up a problem and not solve it.
The issue with that is they go about it the wrong way, like they did in one of the episodes where the police officers busted into the apartment and killed everybody, and then they rewound it and showed that everybody didn't get killed. That Black Lightning came up there just in the nick of time and stuff. I thought that was poor taste. I thought that was personally poor taste, but
oh my God,
that's just me and everything.
It felt like, you know what it felt when I watched it? I was like, so y'all trying to be Zack Snyder with the nightmare sequence behind his back?
No, they was trying too hard to be. They
trying to show you what could happen, but they were like, we can't let it happen because it was a comic. Then why bring it up in the first place? Just have him show up. That's another example of you don't bring it up if you really can't solve it.
And
because if you could have left it right there and then said, this is the college, this is where black community rise up against police brutality, and instead of protesting, we take action. We get angry. We go take action. Not to the point where we, killing police officers, because I'm not going to promote that here. But, you start fighting back. Then you get people, legislators involved. Thank you, Daniel. Involved, and you make sweeping law changes. So when stuff like this happens, accountability and punishment occurs. And then, start seeing better outcomes. But you just left it to the protest, where we at right now, and then went back and say, it didn't really happen. But it's good.
Yeah, they did that in the first season, too. There was a protest and everything else that happened in the first season, too. But also Supergirl, which is weird with theirs, man. They're all over the place with who's involved, who's not involved, what part they play, what part they don't play. Supergirl will be everywhere. And she's like almost completely gotten rid of her secret identity and what she does and everything, and her being a reporter and everything, which was weird in the first place for me, for her to be a reporter too, just like Superman and everything. So I never was a fan of that in the first place. But I did like when the DEO, I believe it's the DEO, got involved and they had the base right there and she could fly into the base and everything.
Yeah, that's when we moved to the CW.
Yeah, that was cool.
All right, so the thing about Supergirl is, of right now,
they're all pro-woman. That show is pro-woman, pro-rights.
I'm not saying that's the problem. I'm not going to say that. I mean, it's an issue because they won't let it go. Like, we get it.
Yeah.
We get it, but, that's fine. This is a show and try to inspire, young women and adults. That's fine.
They're all about diversity.
But
that show is all about diversity. And they throw it all the way in your face. like all the other shows. Like Black Lightning shows all the black culture and everything. It completely
And overdoes it.
and throws it in your face. There's no medium in there. There's not like we're going to build you in and no, we're just going to throw it into your face and everything.
So another problem with CW is their best villain is Lex Luthor, and Lex Luthor is
You don't think it's Lena?
Lena Luthor. No,
Okay.
the best villain is Lex Luthor.
Okay.
I mean, all right. So let me, in my defense, right now it's on the Supergirl show. I'm at the episode when she got sent in the Phantom Zone, right? Mm-hmm. So far, Lex Luthor's been kicking their ass. He's been legit kicking their ass. He's been ahead. Yeah, like, I got caught being. I'm really winning. Supergirl's gone. That's what we all really want. That's what he always wanted. So Lex Luthor is their best villain, and I really don't have a problem with that much with Supergirl. I hate that it's getting canceled. I hate when James Olsen all of a sudden, anybody who has any military Paris background, all of a sudden is an expert fighter. I hate that in all comic book adaptations of anything. That's like the one thing I didn't like in
They do that with everybody. Like
Justice League Dark Side War. I hated that Lois Lane was able to beat Harley Quinn. It wasn't that hard too, because her dad was in the military and she got some training. Like, come on.
Yeah.
No, Harley Quinn is one of the greatest acrobats of all time, and she's been fighting superheroes and vigilantes and other villains in the Suicide Squad for a minute. You're talking about somebody who's an army brat who got trained as a kid.
But your dad wasn't a general to this day. Still a general in the army to this day. Over 30-something years, and he's still in the service.
And she has all this time to train and still be a Pulitzer Prize winning journalist? Come on. Cut it out.
There's plenty of time in the day to do all that. 5 a.m., start your workouts. 7 a.m., start your job. Yeah, they do that for all shows. All shows, there's somebody who secretly just knows how to fight.
And Supergirl, Jimmy Olsen. His dad was training, he has a black belt, so now he could go out there and be a superhero. I'm like, really?
Guardian out there, baby. Guardian. Yeah.
No. That's not you. That's not what we wanted. I get it. You wanted to have a black guy be a superhero. That ain't it. No. That is not. It's not it. It's not it. Jimmy Olsen. He's a photographer. He knows he's Superman's best friend. Well, at least to the world. He's really not Superman's best friend. I don't know why you can't try to make me believe that. We all know he's not Superman's best friend. You don't even see him hanging out at all. Ever. He just has a watch.
Stargirl and Superman and Lois are what's really keeping the CW shows alive, in my opinion. Flash is holding on for dear life.
And Stargirl wasn't even a CW show.
It wasn't.
It's a DC Universe show, and they just that's the one they didn't take to HBO Max.
Yeah.
For some reason, I don't understand.
Yeah. So we,
Sheesh.
Because of the long-standing fans of Flash, it's still holding on. Legends is just...
Legends is the best show on this entire slate as of right now.
Black Lightning, as you can see, is not going... It's up and down. It's a roller coaster.
And they said that... I don't know if it's true, but they did say the season was ending because his youngest daughter wanted to leave the show, right?
She's gone.
Yeah, I'm saying before.
The character, the actress left the show.
But
already.
then you recast the actress.
Yeah.
And you're still not continuing with the show.
They are. Well, I don't think the show was going to continue anyway. The numbers probably weren't there. Like, the numbers I don't think were ever there.
And you want to know why the numbers weren't there? Because it's not a good show. It's the same thing when I've said before, you just can't give people anything like, oh, this is supposed to represent you, and then they think we're just going to like it because.
Yeah, people don't just accept because you telling them this is what you're giving them. It has to actually still be good. It has to be good quality. There's got to be good storytelling quality. Like, everything's got to be there. And it obviously wasn't. And that's what's wrong with Black Lightning and stuff. You know, I mean, the CW is just going to...
It's just so much... They just have so much to fix. And instead of fixing it, just like, we're just going to give you the same thing over again. With a new villain. Remember this guy in the comics? Yeah, I loved him. Okay. So, I love a lot of things that are not good for me.
That new villain of the week thing is just, it's not working anymore for me. It's not. Give me one law, give me just, continuous storyline,
You have to
10
shorten
episodes.
Let's shorten these seasons.
I know it's network TV, and there's always been a certain way of doing things, and it's probably not going to change anytime soon. But it should. It needs to.
Let this be the start of the change. Be the pioneers.
Yep.
Be the pioneers. Instead of giving 24 episodes, let's chop it down.
You could do 12.
You do 12.
12's fine with me.
I'm thinking 13. You know, kind of a wrap up of the wrap up. Kind of like an epilogue.
No filler episodes.
No, it's not a filler episode. It's just more of a...
No, that's what I'm saying. No filler episodes.
Right,
you give me 12, I don't need filler episodes.
Not a filler episode, just a wrap.
Do like Daredevil did, where you got like 2 episodes
for instance,
before you even meet the villain.
For instance, like Falcon and the Winter Soldier. By the 5th episode, you wrapped up all the storylines, plots. But now, the last episode, you're getting right into this action. We're in action, we're fighting it, keeping it moving. Same thing.
WandaVision did it too. Yep, I'm okay.
Same thing with that's what I'm saying. Give you 12 episodes, wrap all the other storylines up. Boom, 13 episode, we fighting this main villain for the final battle.
Yep.
And that in the aftermath of it, and let's keep it moving.
Yep.
13 episodes.
I need a bunch of surprises in the middle and everything. Some make everybody be like, whoa, didn't see that coming. How does that intertwine with this? Like, oh, that's the villain all along? It was her all along? Yeah.
And then,
all that.
I'm sorry, CW. No more crossovers, okay? Just let's cut hold on that because you don't have a team leader. You lost Arrow, losing Supergirl, losing Black Lightning.
What?
So who you gonna have? The Legends, they're iffy, real iffy, and
they didn't show up to the last one.
What's that? You don't have anything else, do you?
You got Stargirl, but she's not connected to their universe. Yeah, but she's still on CW.
We're not even gonna get into Batwoman. I'm sorry, there's nothing right about the show, so I can't spend nothing. Except for Alice. But then they keep that. Even they're messing that up.
They messed that up. They've messed that up.
That's.
She should have been, not to be violent or anything, but she should have been killed 5 times by now.
You only got it at 5?
I only got it at 5.
Sheesh, you're better than me.
Legitimately 5 times.
You know what the sad part is? Not only she should have been killed, she should have been arrested like 30. The heroes were right there. In her face, talking to her in her lair without any henchmen.
Don't like Batwoman.
And you still didn't arrest her.
Don't like Batwoman at all.
You didn't, like Kay, like, I don't know if she could be my sister. I don't know. Fine then. You were right there. Why not capture her, draw some blood to get a DNA test? At some point,
Batwoman.
Y'all just got letting her go. Oh my, we're done. I'm not talking. I'm not here.
Batwoman is bad. Bad. Not a fan of Batwoman anymore. Used to be.
When were you used to be? Why were you a fan?
That's the question. I gave it the benefit of the doubt and was like, they're building to something, so it's going to get better. It didn't actually get better. It just got like this isn't making any more sense anymore. It was too many situations they put her in where she should have never got out of. Batwoman should have never got out of, and Alice should have never been allowed to walk away from. That they actually still walked away from and got out of. And I was like, that makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. It just didn't work. It's not working for me. It's not working for me. So, yeah, that's another CW show that's gone down the tube and everything. So,
it was never out of the tube.
Yeah, for you.
You mean for nobody?
It made it to the second season.
Almost every CW show ever created has made it to a second season. Let me know when it's made it past 5.
Okay. That's a successful TV show, they say, in the industry.
You don't get syndicated to after your 5th season. Yeah.
Well.
So, Black Lightning didn't make it. Batwoman's not going to make it. Supergirl just made it.
They just cut it. It was just like, nope. You ain't got enough. We don't like it. So, let us know in the comments section, people. If you are a fan of the CW shows and why you are, if you're not a fan of CW shows and you think that they're just not that good, let us know in the comment section. Do you agree with us? Do you disagree with us? We want to hear your opinion and everything.
And what needs to be done to be fixed?
Or are you just completely satisfied with everything that the CW has done, period? And you're like, I don't see the problem compared to all this other stuff. This is right on par with that. If you're feeling that way, by all means, let us know. We can't wait to read that. But we're right now we're disappointed in the CW, and if anybody needs a hard reboot, it will be the CW shows.
Reboot, they just kind of slowly dissipate.
All fizzles out. All fizzles out.
Let it fizzle out.
Let it all go. Let HBO Max and DC Universe take up all the shows from here on out.
DC Universe don't even have the shows. HBO Max. Now.
HBO Max. HBO. Yeah, you're right. They completely took everything. So let HBO Max get all the DC TV shows from here on out and let them do what they want to do.
No, just come up with. At this, I don't even know, because right now they making a Powerpuff Girls show, live action show. So I don't know. Then they can have other shows. Just like no.
HBO Max will officially, after the end of whatever the last show survives, go all DC shows, live action or not. Let them take it and everything. Because they're currently filming for the other ones right now. Like, I believe Titans is still filming and everything.
Yes, it is.
So, yeah, we can't wait to see that come back. CW or Stargirl, can't wait to see that come back. I know that's currently filming, too. So,
please don't let that.
And Superman and Lois, I hope it...
they're shining. They're shining. They're shining. In a cloud of darkness, I can't believe Superman is the hope. I can't believe I'm leaving my life up to Superman. I don't even like that guy. That's how bad this guy.
It's good. It's good stuff right
That's
there.
how bad this guy.
We'll talk to you guys next time. We are
Bring back Arrow.
It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
Bring back Arrow to Canaries.
We'll see you guys next time. We out.
Deuces.
Yeah. We in the club, we partying. We in the club, we partying. Yeah. How much ice you got? I don't know.
Get it,
None.
all this man.
I cannot miss like I am the ace. Electrocute you, then I leave you with aftershock. Getting angry, then I turn her incredible hog. Bite and bog. Chop it down like you one of them stars. Take a girl, then I turn her into Shaw from Xenoblade.